Alright, I made a big boo-boo, so I'm hoping that I'm actually live on Twitch now. Let's take a quick peek. Alright, there's a few of you actually already in here, so um, hopefully I didn't screw up too much as far as the broadcast is concerned. I just need a minute to actually see if this thing's working. Alright, I'm sorry I'm not broadcasting right now. I just had some emergent stuff come up, so... sorry guys. I'm sorry about this, guys. I will be... Actually, so here's a minute. If you guys are in the cast, and you don't have one of these characters, here is Johnny Big Time as realized in XCOM. If you'd like to request a character, feel free to do that now. I do like to dedicate a little bit of time at the beginning of the cast for this sort of thing, and I got sort of waylaid by tasks, so... feel free to request. I'll keep it open. I won't be too much longer, but I just have a couple of things related to the Cultist Simulator stream that came in. So. Okay. So, my apologies for the rocky start. I believe we are good on Twitch. I'm just going to do one more sort of refresh and check. Sorry for those of you who were sort of checking things out and then just got a bunch of silence for a little while. But that is that's sort of my bad luck in terms of setting everything up. I just want to make sure that my stream key is not visible. But yeah, I do want to. Sorry, folks. Another message. But yeah, a couple of bits of housekeeping. So the Cultist Simulator stream was wonderful on Monday. We got a chance to do that on Steam. It was in celebration of H.P. Lovecraft's birthday and the 25% discount that Weather Factory put on the game as a result. It went very well, but unfortunately I didn't have any viewership numbers. So if you got to see that, and if you see this on a VOD or you see this on broadcast, I'll probably mention this a couple of times as people come in, just because it is something that I would like to give some data to Weather Factory about. Even like I was watching roughly around such and such a time on, at the beginning. Basically anything like it. We're not looking for precision. What I'm basically looking at for the estimates I'm going to be giving Weather Factory is anything that I don't get from somebody. Either Weather Factory has to have been there and like saw for themselves how many people were there, and obviously they're based in the United Kingdom, so they wouldn't be there for the whole duration. And then, if any of you happen to be watching and it was like, okay, well, it was over 500 people and I tuned in about 3 o'clock Pacific, we can use that to at least get some sort of signposts and sort of know it's like, okay, the numbers sort of went up or down, or it's, roughly in a middle level. Like, if you're scared about a lack of precision, anything that I don't get from people is just a big black hole of viewer numbers. So if you were there, it will mean a lot to get that feedback about how it went. I was very happy to do it, and Alexis Kennedy and Lottie Bevan were just so unbelievably kind about the whole thing. They were very I don't know. They said some very nice things, and that's great because I really like their game and I think they're absolutely wonderful people. And a lot of new people came into the channel, so I am sort of filibustering the start a little bit. We're about 8 minutes in. I'm about as well set up for the numbers as I think I can get. So let's do a quick review of what we did in the game. Most of yesterday was spent dealing with the Shen's Last Gift. The Shen's Last Gift. The DLC. It's one of my. It's my favorite out of all of XCOM. I just think that is an incredibly well crafted sort of mission, and it's a lot of fun to go through it. I think it's got a nice little emotional hinge in the middle, and I don't know. Like, obviously, I like this game because of its strategy. I like all of the changes that they made to the game, as far as just sort of making sure that you didn't ruin it for yourself by adopting strategies that. This is taking a curiously long time to load. Yeah, I don't know. Being able to I think being able to you know, have this timer put under you, so forcing you to move through. There's some things I don't like about it, but it makes the game faster. It makes it more enjoyable, and I think the class choices that they made in this were really good. So I'm a little tempted. So I've got a little bit of a dilemma in terms of what to do. Okay, so we can get alien alloys in 7 days. I'm really tempted to get that, so we'll say not now for now.
Your Templar friends are no different than countless other species who found themselves obsessed with the Elder's power.
Okay, well, let's start by building the radio relay. So this is basically just to boost my income, although I think it will also give me extended, extended range for contact as well. And one of the things I'm trying to do here is maximize the number of regions that I contact, but I have been constrained by the fact I was a little slow in building up the I was a little slow in building up the comm network, so we're behind on that. Okay, so the locator beacon, I believe, is something we will... I believe that'll be the next DLC mission, which I'm tempted to do, but I don't want to do that while the majority of people aren't watching. I don't think that's an event, though. I'm pretty sure I would have been informed. So the real tricky part here is whether or not I want to spend 6 days making contact with New Mexico, or if I want to go for the alloys. Supply drops in 6 days, so we might be able to... Actually, we probably won't because of the travel time.
What can I do for you, Commander?
Let's take a quick look at our items. Okay. Well, I'm going to start with the Arc Blade because that's a Ranger upgrade. The rest of these are going to be sort of specialized upgrades. Okay, so this would be for the Reapers. This is for the Spark, Skirmisher, and Templar. It's the lowest cost. Yeah, so the Spark is the highest. I can work with that. Obviously, we won't have any supplies left, but...
You lived in one of the colonies for a few years before linking up with Central, right?
Yes, one of the advantages of working with Advent. On the surface, it was very comfortable, but there was a price for that comfort.
The millions of people in those cities don't seem to mind all that much.
Yes, but Advent is always watching. Between their forces and the aliens themselves, they see everything, not to mention the automated systems. There's nothing quite like providing identification to a lamppost.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is I want to make sure that I'm training up my my soldiers as best as I can. So let's take a quick look here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Grenadiers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Rangers. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Well, aside from us getting this ship up and running, which was mostly Dr. Shen's work, I haven't felt particularly useful in a long time.
So,
I'm more than happy to leave the hard decisions to the commander.
What we're going to do here is just turn one of our people into a Grenadier. So the logic behind this is just I want to even out the numbers as much as I can, and at the moment I have a benefit from the Reapers, I believe, which will sort of boost their training up. Another thing that I want to do is wrap up clearing this alien machinery so that I can distribute people to things such as the maybe Resistance Comms, definitely the Resistance Ring, so that I can get more missions done faster. But for now... it is a really tough call. I don't really need the alien alloys as much as I used to, so I think I'm going to take a risk on Mexico.
to establish local regional contact.
All right. So I'm gonna not build anything there right now, and I still wanna have people working on things, but I've got a few idle engineers now. So let's start with. No. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to try and so I'll set someone up in the resistance ring. So this is basically so I can reduce the time on covert actions, ultimately do more of them. I don't need the extra resistance comms at the moment, so what I'm going to do is just distribute my engineers. I'm going to spread them out. So even if I don't wind up completing all of these tasks on time, I'm making some progress on clearing them up. Because if I need the space, obviously I've got the empty facility here, and I mean we've got the shielded power coil. I'm probably going to use that for power, but in a pinch I can use that. So basically I've got open space, no supply. Well, some supplies now. So I figure I'll leave the facility sort of open, and in the worst case scenario, you know, I can make something. But right now we're looking for the proving ground, which will be available in 5 days.
There were some casualties during that last covert action, Commander. But our troops will all recover after some well-earned rest.
Okay, so this is a bit of a shame that Ak-Akadak got wounded, especially because he is one of my grenadiers, which is the lower batch, but he is now a squatty. We also gained an engineer, which will be particularly helpful. So we'll continue on like this. Okay, so we don't have a major yet, so we can't complete part 3. Okay, I love getting resistance contacts, and the +5, yeah, the +5 is actually a pretty good bonus, or we can reduce, but mobility +1 is also pretty good. So I'm going to give the extra range to my ranger, and in this case, Johnny Big Time is the one who is, well, we also have Elkanu. I think I'm going to give it to Johnny here. This I'm going to use as a training mission for someone, so let's get somebody who's a little bit lower. I don't think Johnny has a bond yet, so let's say he can go... I'm sort of tempted... Oh no, Ariel has already got a bond, so do we have any grenadiers who don't have bonds? Jose. And I'm a little scarce on supplies, but I do want to prevent, you know, my good soldiers from getting captured. So in this case, the aim is just to buy me a little bit of time, so I don't need to get the I don't need to worry about the black site mission until I have a good opportunity.
Our order is clear, and we will obey it.
All right, Ak-Akadak, we're going to get you. Get him a promotion, and I usually don't go for blast padding. It is cool to get armor and then, you know, lower damage from explosives, but personally the ability to, so like I've never found that XCOM is a game that rewards you for like being cautious. I feel like the game sort of tilts things in the favor of the aliens, and so my own opinion is that it's better to have well, basically the best defense is a good offense. The ability to sort of take down opponents is more important than the ability to protect your soldiers, because your soldiers are just gonna, they're not gonna come to a good end in a fair firefight. So I am very tempted to bring myself along on a mission to get me up to that major level. Which would sort of recommend the black site mission right away. But I am gonna try and get that. I'm gonna try and get that contact.
Our inspiration did prove beneficial.
Excellent. Okay. We've recovered the enough Advent armor to begin repurposing the outer plates for something better suited to our soldiers. The material itself seems to be the same as what the aliens utilized throughout the Avengers' hull, an extremely durable substance with an unusual ambient magnetic property. As an armor component, the magnetic field surrounding these plates will actually provide additional protection against magnetic-based weaponry, most notably the Gauss weaponry commonly equipped by Advent. Richard Teigen. So lots of new items available, but... Tempest Gauntlets. The paired Tempest Gauntlets were designed to amplify the user's psionic energy, but at their core they're still gauntlets, stout metallic gloves capable of withstanding extremes well beyond what flesh alone can take. With magnetic plating layered over the existing structure, they now provide much more for the original enhancement they were created for. And Predator armor. Using the scavenge plates of Advent armor, this suit provides increased protection and additional inventory capacity for our soldiers. Spider suits. Spotty records from the ruined mainframe at XCOM HQ indicate an early prototype for a lighter armor suit coupled with grappling hook that never came to fruition. Our recent mastery of the aliens' materials may allow us to revise this concept. Sean Bean SM. Yes, I will. Probably not tonight. The main reason I'm doing XCOM 2 is that last Wednesday when I did Mass Effect, it was very... it was hit or miss. I got some feedback that people say that I'm a little more enthusiastic when I play XCOM 2. Obviously, I'm sort of at the reading parts of the game right now, so I've been bouncing between XCOM 2 and Mass Effect. And tonight I decided to go back to XCOM 2. Friday is a little bit up in the air because there is a birthday party that I need to go to. But you know, I'm still going to try and stream maybe just a little bit later. And I figure what I'll probably do for the next little while. Kite260, thank you so much for that host. But yeah, I'm going to bounce off between the two of them. I do intend to complete the game, and I'll likely try and make a good push of it, because I really enjoyed Friday's cast of Mass Effect, but I didn't want it to become Mass Effect only, and I know people really do like XCOM 2. So if XCOM 2 isn't your thing, I totally understand, and I'll be sure to catch you on the next one. And if you ever want to know what I'm broadcasting, I do announce it on Twitter just before I go live at the very least. But thank you for asking that, because I wasn't sure if people actually enjoyed the Mass Effect content or I was just doing it for myself. So the fact that you asked means I will continue doing Mass Effect and do it on a regular basis. Kite, it is so wonderful to see you. I'm going to hold off on shouting you out proper, because I would love to have a little more of a pulse inside the channel here. But I do want you guys to know Kite is an incredibly kind individual. He's somebody who I have interacted with for a long time on Twitch. One of the friendliest people that I know on the platform, and a very talented caster in his own right. But I'm absolutely thrilled to have him in here because our hours tend not to allow us to be to interact that often. And what I particularly like... Oh, thank you so much, Kite. I know Twitter isn't for everyone, so please don't get an account just on my behalf. But if you're ever curious about what I'm playing, if as soon as I know I'm streaming something, I'll announce it on there. But Kite is actually a member of the squad. When I play privately, he always gets set on fire, and when I play publicly, he always gets shot. But he doesn't hold that against me. He's a really great guy, and I'm over the moon to see him inside here, let alone to get that host. How you doing? I know we chatted a little bit, but I hope your day treated you well. So the spider suit I'm going to build and probably put that on a sniper at some point just to see how it works. We've got the exosuit. If we combine power-assisted armor prototypes we've been working on with some of the Advent plating we've recovered, we could develop a heavy variant of our plated armor. More importantly, we might be able to add a heavy weapon mount directly to the armor, combining significant defensive and offensive capabilities in a single unit. So this I think I'll try on a Grenadier at some point. I don't actually know what these items do, so Commander, our science team had a novel idea related to Illyrium. If we begin research immediately, we should obtain results faster than usual. If we begin another research project instead of acting on this inspiration, the opportunity will be lost. So it'll take me 15 days and 20 Illyrium crystals, but the rest are just autopsies, which I might be able to do on my own. So everyone's got to go sometime. Why not in a blaze of glory and full of holes? You've got some great photos of yourself in this game, actually, Kite. So
I agree. That is an important
excellent.
task, Commander.
Thank you, Sean Bean. Again, I really do mean it. And for anybody who's listening, even if you're a lurker, telling me, so like, if there's different ways to phrase it. If Sean Bean phrased it in a great way, which is to say, hey, do you have any plans on going back to this? I've sometimes had people come in and it's like, I hate it when you play this game, why can't you just go back to such and such? It's like, well, it's because I enjoy playing the game that I have live too. But yeah, Sean asked it in a great way. So even if you don't normally like interacting with chat, but there is something you like me doing, I am pretty open on this stuff. You can contact me on Twitter, Twitch, in chat, email, although I don't always read that when it's from an address that I don't know. Saying you like something does mean, like, I will always take that into account. And even if I don't play the game that you want me to, because there are a couple of games that I have difficulty streaming myself, I will always factor that into I should do something more like this. And that's why we've been able to do stuff like LA Noire. Some of the best streams that I've done have been the result of people saying, I really like that. And Kite will remember. Like I 100% appreciate it, Sean Bean, because again, like I want to be really open to that kind of feedback, but obviously, when somebody comes in and it's like, well, XCOM sucks, why are you playing that? Then it's like, yeah, but I like XCOM. Kite can tell you about LA Noire, and that was one where I was only going to do that for one night, and everybody was ready to kill me if I didn't continue doing it. And it wound up being an absolutely great time. So yeah, you have no idea how much I appreciate that kind of feedback, Sean Bean. And I will do my best to make sure that I keep a fairly regular Mass Effect system going up. Johnny Big Time says, you play what I want and only what I want. I had a pretty good time with Battlefront 2. I only played a tutorial, and I'm very sorry that the game is not working well for you, Johnny. But I am, when you have time, I'm 100% willing to queue up with you, and we will work with the thin crowds. All right, Sergeant Kong Boom Boom Pan. He is now a grenadier. Let's take a minute. I know I just went to my armory to see who's in here, but it gives me a chance to... So Johnny, you are currently on a covert action. Please don't get captured. Alright, so let me just count this again. I want to double up on specialists if I can for the following reason. I've got, so, 1 combat... For those of you who want to know what Kite looks like, he's much more handsome in real life, but the game doesn't really give me a whole lot of options in terms of what people look like, but I figured I'd try and get like postures, uprightness, just
disbelief that
yeah,
any who
he's a
once served
badass.
the elders could ever truly defy their false gods. We remain wary of their kind. But for now, their quest for vengeance serves our purpose.
Okay, so 2 and 1 for combat healer. Two and 2 for... Okay, so we are slightly heavy on healers, but that's not a terrible place to be in. But I'll add another combat in the Guerrilla Tactics School. Tariq. And so incidentally, for those of you who don't have a character in this game yet, feel free to request one. I love making people into XCOM soldiers. I thought I promoted you. Oh, okay, we can give them demolition, volley of bullets at your target's cover, significantly damage. Yes, we will do demolition because I haven't done that on somebody yet. And his name's Boom Boom. How could I not? And finally, in
Commander?
engineering, I want you to build me... Oh no! Alright, I need more
I
supplies.
got a report of some creaking down by the
German
acid lake yesterday.
LMW.
I
Okay,
just hope it's
great.
not metal fatigue.
And Sean Bain. Okay, yeah, I will definitely do both. Now, normally I do those at the start of the cast, so tell you what, could... So, how close are we? We're half an hour in. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Do you want to see character creation right now, or would you like to give me instructions for the beginning of next XCOM stream? Usually what I do is I don't ask for like a physical description, I just say like generally what kind of thing are you looking for? I'll give you an example. So like Alexis Kennedy, the designer of Cultist Simulator, you can see him on the Weather Factory videos, but I can assure you he does not look like this. On the other hand, this is not a terrible representation of Eyes of Sin. Or like Johnny Big Time, I kind of went halfway on that because, where are you, Johnny? Oh, right, you're on covert action, so I can't pick you. Actually, this is another good example. So, like, El Canu does have a beard, but, like, he doesn't smoke. And obviously, I went for a bit of a wilder color in terms of the armor. So, if you guys want me to do... if you... your covert, stop calling you out. So, yeah, if you guys want me to do character creation right now, just say so. If you guys want to see action, say so as well. But if nothing else, you can say what kind of idea or what sort of concept you'd like for your character. I don't do role requests. That's always randomized. But just generally say something as like, I want, you know, a guy with a receding hairline and a big bushy beard, and I want him to have tattoos all over or something like that. Or I want to look like a commando, or, you know, I don't care what you make me, I'm an accountant and I would like to look like an XCOM accountant. Any of those things are fair game, so make him whatever you want so long as he looks vaguely like Boromir. One does not merely wander into the black site. Okay. I'll try to make sure that you don't die in the character. And German LMW, if you want something special for your character, let me know, and I'll do my best. One of the reasons why I say specific facial features are kind of off the limits is the game is pretty limited in what kind of characters you can get. But
Commander, if we want to set back the aliens' work on the Avatar project, we should hit one of their facilities as soon as possible.
the council leader's going to be pretty mad at me.
Reading you loud and clear.
Digital Confidio, Commander. The people of New Mexico stand ready to help XCOM however we can. So the...
Regional contacts located.
This is good. Word of the resistance is spreading, Commander. By making contact with the people of New Mexico, the local resistance in New Brazil is now available for contact.
The local resistance we just established contact with have sent over all the intel they've collected on the Chosen operating in this region.
Then just where do you think you're going? If it's a fight you're after, you better bring everything you've got.
Commander, the Resistance has informed us that one of the Chosen, Gurhur Baldahur, has claimed control of the nearby regions. If we go on missions in this area, there's a good chance that they will try to defend their territory. And new bonus gained, Tactical Analysis. Enemy units lose 1 action on their turn if discovered on the XCOM turn. That's a really good bonus, actually. So the plan on this one is we make contact with New Brazil. That'll get us access to basically 2 black sites. It is going to require me to make some more contacts. But for the meantime, I think I'm going to get a little... I'm going to go a little risky and go for the scientist first. And then if we can get the alien alloys, so much the better. And I do need to start considering... Once I get the armor, we'll do a black site mission.
Incoming message for you, Commander.
Patching it through to your quarters now.
Your progress against the aliens over the past month has been significant, Commander. But there is still room to improve if we are going to eliminate the alien threat.
Things are becoming clear. I now see how you plan on subverting our forces. Proceed carefully.
Okay, this is going to be tough to deal with in a week. Alien scramble, Avengers radio signals, greatly increasing all scanning times for 6 weeks. A chance to enter Overwatch after being revealed, and I don't want to spend intel on that. So, okay, let's think a little bit about what we're going to accomplish. So, supplies collected from each supply drop are increased by 10%. New recruits only cost 15 supplies. Agents okay. So I think we're okay for new recruits. Contact with new regions is made instantly. That's a really good one to have right now. Intel rewards increased by 10% is kind of cool, but we don't really use it that much. Resource rewards on all missions are increased by 15%. That seems pretty good. And double ability points gained in combat. Ooh. Let's go for Tithe right now. So this is obviously going to cost me the supply. Well, collected is the 10%. I still think I'm going to do Tithe because I want to do more missions right now, but I'm going to... Yeah, but the ability... No, you know what? Training. Oh, wait a minute. Ability points... No, I think I'm going to go for Tithe, because ability points might mean something different from what I was thinking.
Consider it done, Commander.
Commander, the Resistance has provided us with location of a hidden resource cache. Once we travel to the area, we can collect the supplies to further our efforts. Okay, we'll ignore this for now, just so I can make contact with New Brazil, because that's instant.
To track the chosen hunter to this region.
Video Commander, the people in New Brazil stand ready to help XCOM however we can.
Regional contacts located.
Word of the Resistance is spreading, Commander. By making contact with the people of New Brazil, the local resistance in New Chile is now available for contact. Word of the Resistance is spreading, Commander. By making contact with the people of New Brazil, the local resistance in West Africa is now available for contact. Supply drop available, I know, so actually going to take a minute. Just because we've done so much, like, housekeeping stuff. I'm just going to do a quick save so we don't have to do all that again.
Distance. In order to do that, we should head to the ring.
I got to do the supply drop just so I can...
Avenger plotting new course.
So the reason I'm doing the supply drop right away is so I can get that Predator armor. Then we go to the Black Site and we probably pay a visit to one of the other spots. That's gonna get scary.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
The proving grounds are ready, Commander. We can build the Skulljack whenever you give the word.
New engineering projects now available. New staff slot available. Decreases proving ground project time.
Welcome to the Proving Grounds, Commander. It seemed like a good idea to isolate some of our more experimental concepts, especially when it comes to weapons development.
So I'm not going to do this yet because I want to spend those supplies on my... on the Predator armor, but it did free up... Oh! I thought I had an engineer working on that. It doesn't free up resistance comms. I do... Actually, Emma Jones... I'm gonna put in here. For the very simple fact that we'll be able to take out some black sites pretty quick.
New regional contacts located.
Oh. Too little intel, so I gotta work on that. But notice what the plot here... Oh. The plot here, of course, was that, yeah, the Avatar project's up really high, but we've got the black site mission that we can do. We've got one lab that we can take out. We've got another lab that we can take out, and then the sabotage is down.
Commander, as of right now, we don't have enough intel to get a solid bearing on the local resistance forces in that area.
Commander, now that we've established contact with the local resistance, we've got the details we need for the Aliens facility. This is our chance to set back their work on the Avatar project.
Although we have allies scattered in cities throughout the globe who are willing to share their knowledge of Advent's operations, the aliens are actively pursuing them. It will be up to you to ensure the safety of our operatives, Commander. Good luck.
Alright, Operation Hammer King! Rescue VIP from the Advent vehicle, Dr. Ava Martinez, scientist, 75 intel. That means that's less of a priority to get that scientist now. And Gerher Baldwer Blightwalker. Unfortunately, I don't know what faction doesn't like him. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do...
named Predator armor should give our soldiers increased
Oh my
longevity.
god, I'm ripped to shreds. Ooh, I can also upgrade the spark. I kind of dumped all my supplies, but I think that was worth it. Okay, let's think a little bit. I want to get rid of my... Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring a... It says a moderate difficulty, so I'm not going to bring the A-team. Well, it's actually tempting to bring the A-team, but let's see what we can do. So let's start with a good, decent ranger. Jaws, you're up. Oh god, I got to start building some nanoscale vests for these guys too now. Who else? Let's take... So I want 2 specialists. Jess is a medic, so we'll give her one of those. I want an offensive... I want an offensive specialist if I can. Where are you? Space Hopper is a defensive one. Where are all my offensive specialists? I think Charlie Scott's... Yep. Okay, I've got my specialists, I've got my... major... Oh, what am I doing? I didn't know Kite was available. Kite, you're up. Alright, I need a Grenadier. I think, yeah, Alex is my number 1. So Kong Pan, who's new blood. Ariella, who's she bonded with? She's bonded with Elkanu, so... Elkanu's not going to replace... Okay. Frantic Whisper is going to be my sniper. I can bring Ariella if it comes down to it, but Boom Boom. And now I get to play... Okay, so the tricky question now is... Okay, let's I'm going to use this as an opportunity to see what the Templars can do. I don't know whether or not they're going to be able to do anything about this this other you know, the Chosen that might come in, but I like this crew. It's the... Oh, bonded. So in this game, in War of the Chosen, if people go on missions together, they can actually work well together, and you can make it so that if somebody's bonded with another character, you can actually make it so that you get another, like, they give that other character another action. So like if you have two people who work together you get like one opportunity to give them an extra move that turn, for instance. It's really useful in the right moment. So all right, sorry about that large lead-in, but hopefully that will pay off momentarily, although I will start at the save at the start, because God help me if I lose Kite. Yeah, War of the Chosen added a lot of very cool things, and some of them are good and some of them are like bad for you.
And the Resistance is asking for our help staging a rescue operation. The target will be well defended. Be prepared to secure the area and eliminate any hostiles to expedite the rescue.
Also, they made the mission music so much cooler.
Menace 1-5, we have a confirmed location for the VIP. Move to rendezvous. Eliminate all hostile contacts.
Okay, rescue VIP from advent vehicle, extract the VIP at the designated location. Looks like it's basically right beside where we recover them and extract all XCOM soldiers. So, let's get started. Sorry about the long setup, but we did have a bunch of sort of work to do to get set up. So, for those of you not familiar with XCOM 2, they've added this great little setup component to the game. I'm a little tempted to go around the side like this, but I do only have 12 turns, so in this case I'm gonna blindly run forward. So basically you get sort of this stealth setup part of each mission. I'm gonna try and get Frantic Whisper up on this roof rather than this roof, so in this case I just want to move him as far as possible. So as long as you don't get detected, you get to like set up ambushes on the aliens and such. And it's one. So this is an example.
Templar warriors. My followers specialize in wielding psionic energy, mastering the power that belongs to all who are truly of this earth. Through intense focus, we can twist the very fabric of the world around us to suit our needs.
Templars gain focus during missions by killing units with rend. Each point of focus increases the Templars' combat effectiveness by boosting their mobility, dodge, and rend damage. Focus can also be spent on powerful abilities, which have increased effectiveness when used at higher focus levels. Alright, that sounds like a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to use this guy. I can cover it. But yeah, so one of the things that I think is so cool about XCOM 2 is that, you know, you've got this setting, right? So humanity, essentially the canon of XCOM is that humanity lost the first game, and you are sort of running this insurgency against the alien occupation. And so the mechanics of this game sort of reflect that. Instead of you kind of going and taking out whatever, you know, reacting to any alien moves in the original game, that's now been replaced with, you know, I'm going to do something a little counterintuitive here. I'm actually going to put one person on this roof just so I can get a little bit more vision. But yeah, so the idea in this game is that you, because you are, you know, you're the one sort of leading this resistance against the alien occupation. Your actions, your movements are going to be, like the gameplay is going to reflect that. The gameplay is going to be something where you're initiating, you're building up these sort of these responses to the aliens' behavior. Or sorry, you're not reacting to the aliens' behavior. You're the one sort of determining the rules of engagement. And it leads to these great little moments here where you're like, okay, how am I gonna set this up so that I can get the biggest advantage of the situation? So like right now, I might wind up wasting this guy's move because there might be nothing down below to show. Oh, there we go. So that's a heck of a lot better than running Frantic Whisper up and suddenly finding out, oh god, there's a bunch of people over here. So this guy in particular is going to be tough to deal with, but we'll see. Now that I know where they are, I get to sort of build up I get to anticipate what the opening plays are going to be, and I get to move my people into position before we kick it all off. So here, I basically just want to make sure that these guys can't see me. So this is Kite. I actually want him to be reasonably close to the aliens, because he's going to be the one to initiate.
Got it. Moving.
He sounds a little bit like Kite, but not exactly. Let me know if you have any changes you want made to your character, but I think I've made you that offer once before, and you seem pretty happy, so...
So it is decided.
I really like the design of the Templars. I've never used them in the game before, though, so this will be an education. So the big decision I need to make is whether or not I want to have this guy up on the roof, shooting sort of across like this, or if I want to move them into the sort of the combat area here. I think I'm going to put him in the same place as Frantic Whisper, but I am going to put Jesse Quill up on the other roof.
Time to move.
Okay, so Jess, we'll put her in the corner here. Okay, so one Overwatch, 2 Overwatch.
Got my eyes on.
Frantic Whisper will set up here.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Okay, can this guy... Yes, he can initiate. It won't be a huge one, but...
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Rain Man... I'd love to get him behind better cover, but...
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Basically, I just want this big crossfire on these two guys. Okay, so the question is, do I want... Ah, now Kite's not in a good position for any of this, so... I'm going to leave him open. Now the big dilemma here is that Shock's going to be wide open after this move. So this is a pretty high risk choice that I'm making here. In fact, I might want to go after... I think I'm actually going to wind up going after this guy instead. And the reason will be apparent in a moment.
Equal terms. They're well protected.
Our resistance contacts had heard rumors Advent might be rolling out a heavy infantry army. I skirted him. That's it.
The
strength of the Templars ebbs and flows with the tide of combat. As we focus our energy, our power increases and can be unleashed upon our enemies.
Alright, after using Rend, Templars always trigger Momentum, a free movement action which allows them to return to the safety of cover. If the Templar has the parry ability, they can instead use Momentum to stay in the same location and prevent all damage from the next attack made against them. That is ridiculous. I would love it if I could do another attack. In this case, though, let's... as far as cover goes... I'm gonna put them down here. They're gonna have to commit if they want to take this guy out. So, all right. So the reason why I left Kite available was to see, you know, so ideal situation number 1 is I can get him in a spot where he can do damage to this guy. Number 2, it's pretty I think any chance of Kite doing some damage to this guy are remote.
Heading out.
But I at least want to be able to put him in an Overwatch just in case he can get a clever shot off.
I'm on it.
Right on schedule.
Alright, he's a prelate, can summon Advent Jesus Christ. Kinetic plating, missed shots against this chosen will generate shielding. Soul Stealer gains health when nearby enemies take damage. He's a groundling, easy to target from high ground, and he's an adversary of the Templars, so takes increased damage from the Templars. Alright. This is the Chosen, Johnny Big Time. The expansion for this game is completely off the hook. Like, it's
one of the Chosen.
It's like
this mission just got a little more dangerous. Stay on top of its position and try to take it out.
It's like a totally brand new... It's basically XCOM 3.
The most dangerous game? Hardly.
Okay, let's see... Okay, you know what? I know what I want Shock to do, so... So I don't want to get too cocky. Oh, Jesus. I was hoping they'd get the kill. Okay, so Frantic Whisper's not actually in a spot where he can do something about this guy. This is going to be a little bit of a risky move on his part, but I'm willing to accept this. I'm willing to accept this risk. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is bad. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so I definitely want him to take out the shield bearer. It's a 50% shot, unfortunately, but...
Shot failed to connect.
Okay. Rain Man.
Let's move already.
Oh, he's got an even worse chance of hitting. I'm blowing this.
Not even close.
I'm not playing this well. So Jess got a 45% chance to hit, and nothing else going for her. So the whole reason for me doing this is so Shock can get some points. Yeah, I'm still I should have done this firing to begin with, because that would have done hollow targeting as well. Okay, so now what we're gonna do? I'm gonna get Kite as close as I can to the action. Basically, so because of the tactical bonus that I have, everybody's gonna get sort of a free set of moves. Alright, looks like I get to flank someone in here, so... What's my other option? Rend? I can't rend, so... Okay, so we'll move Jess as close as we can to the action. So the plan here, we're gonna have to deal with that green guy, but fortunately everybody's gonna lose one action. Overwatch, huh? This is gonna get interesting. Alright, not great that she panicked. But it did cancel the Overwatch. Alright, now that sucks because she's now standing out in the open. Oh, no she's not. Oh, god damn it.
Menace 1-5, be advised, hostile interceptors are inbound on your current position. Firebrand has a limited window to provide extraction. Menace 1-5, the Chosen Hunter is targeting your position from long range. You need to get out of his line of sight before it's too late.
When the Chosen Hunter begins tracking a unit, he is setting up a shot for his next turn. The soldier can prevent the shot by moving out of the Hunter's line of sight, or can decrease its chance to hit by hunkering down. Alright, so it would have been ideal to use Frantic Whisper in a sniping shot, but obviously I can't have him standing in line of fire, so I'll try and get some high ground if I can, but we'll figure out what to do with Frantic Whisper later. Jessie Quill, we're gonna get in... So the big thing I want to do with Jessie Quill, if I can, is get her to destroy this guy's cover. So let's just take a quick second. For Frantic Whisper, I can move him behind both of these bits of cover. Okay, actually, you know what? Before I do anything, can I realistically get any flanking shot? Oh, shit, I can. Problem is, he gets flanked by this guy. So let's start by seeing what we can do with Kite. It is Kite's time to shine. He studied the blade. Unfortunately, he didn't study the blade in a way that allows him to stay behind. Oh, this will work. What a badass.
Kill confirmed.
Okay, so what I want to do now is try and destroy this cover that the green guy's behind. I'm pretty sure I don't have the range. Yeah, not even remotely close. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have the range doing this. So what's my second best for this Grenadier guy? I'm pretty sure he can't target anything, so let's
I'm trusting you here.
bring him down to this level. Now again, just an unlikely chance. Yeah, I mean, he can throw a grenade out, but not as far as I want. So I either get to reload or Overwatch, and in this case I think the reload's the better call. This is going to be sort of diminished expectations for this round, but we can still make some magic happen, I think. Okay, so this guy, I'm gonna move him up. I want to see if he can use this grenade on... Oh, just out of reach. Okay, so Frantic Whisper, we're gonna move you... I can't afford to put him in a position where he's gonna be taken out by this green guy, so as much as I'd love to get a flanking shot on... Well, hang on, let's not be too hasty. So if I put him here... Yeah, I can't quite get him into a flanking position. So it's better to have him. It's better to have him on the high ground. So
On your order.
again, probably not far enough to. Unfortunately, I think throwing the grenade ends the turn. So oh yeah, we've also got the hostage inside here, so that's kind of an important consideration. It's a 62% chance, so the question is whether or not it's a good idea to fire now or Overwatch, and I think in this case I'm going to fire the pistol. And then we'll see if Rain Man can do something with this. And it's still a 60% chance. So. Can't be mad about missing that. Alright, so last question is what do I do with Jessie Quill? We'll move her up. So again, pretty unlikely that she'll be able to take this guy out. Do I have any other better options? Not really, so... But sometimes fortune smiles.
Get so excited. Those guys are a dime a dozen.
Oh, okay. And now we get to do this excitement, so...
You will pay the price.
What a badass! And using momentum, we're gonna get behind the heavy
We
cover.
march towards enlightenment.
We only need the commander alive. It's open season on the rest.
So they're gonna turn this guy into a clone now. But we should be able to take this guy out this round, so I'll feel okay about this. And actually it'll probably be Kite who does the coup de grace. Let's see where they move though. Alright, that's a pretty inconvenient spot for my guys, but I think we can do this. It doesn't kill them outright. Oh, he's coming after you, Kite. Are you going to take that lying down?
Enemy destroyed.
What a badass!
Don't worry about them. The elders have plenty more to spare.
This is going pretty well. That's what I want to save. Alright, so priority number one for the mission, of course, is to extract the operative, which is right here. The big dilemma, of course, is if the Chosen winds up... I actually can't remember where the Chosen is now. I think they're like somewhere in this corner. So the big dilemma that I run into, of course, is trying to keep the VIP safe while also hunting the Chosen. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to run... I've still got a few turns, so I'm going to run my squad up into some positions where...
Solid copy.
I am... It's rare that I get to see Kite talk the smack, but he's pretty good at it, so... Alright, I think we're just going to run Frantic Whisper. I think at this point I'm just going to move everyone forward where I can. If we can get high ground advantage, so much the better, but I actually need to flush this guy out first. Okay, Jess, I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to get her to hack the... Okay, income from the current region increased by 25%, 100%, or reduces the contact cost for a nearby region by 50%. Really tempting, but in this case, I really do like the income, so... I don't know, I really like it, Kite. Alright, we'll get Jesse to reload. Again, we're just prepared. So right now this is going pretty well, and I should be able to extract the operative pretty quickly. But I don't want that, you know, in the immortal lines of Wayne June, remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. So we'll get ourselves set up for a firefight with the Chosen. Now, this is going to be a little bit different. I'm gonna...
You have my trust.
I bet that light show of yours is real impressive among these poor saps. Hey, Templar.
Open the door.
Bringing the VIP to safety.
Menace 1-5 status confirmed. VIP is in tow. Proceed to the extraction point.
Alright, so here we're just gonna move them as close to the extraction point as I can, and hopefully we'll flush out the... Bingo!
As much as I love being 2 steps ahead of everyone, Commander, I was almost hoping we wouldn't be having this little chat today. Your people have managed to keep things interesting, but it all ends now.
That's the Elder's hunter. From what we've heard, he's a relentless tracker with an unnatural ability to call his shots.
Okay, so ideal location is heavy cover for this person that's close to the extraction point. So even though the dilemma that I have here is that I'm putting them in danger by doing this. But it also means next turn I get to extract them. Ooh, that's gonna make things interesting.
I'm coming for you. It's quiet time.
Oh!
They're bringing
Menace
reinforcements.
1-5, we're picking up an enemy transport inbound on your current position. We have a soldier down. Get them back on their feet on the double.
Okay, so we're getting the VIP out of here right away.
VIP secure in a position for
VIP is
evac.
secure.
Okay, so I don't think Kite can rush anybody here, so we're gonna get him to play
Location
that.
confirmed.
Oh, crap. Okay, good. They can revive.
You'll be fine.
Glad to see you're at least feigning an attempt at saving your people, Commander.
I don't like these chances, but, well, can I do something with a grenade? Yes, I can.
Throwing explosive.
Alright, Rain Man. You can't shoot at anything.
Go, go, go.
This is not going to turn out well for me. Can nobody see this? Oh my god. So I just blew that grenade for nothing. He's going to go back behind cover. Okay, I'm going to make the best of this and set everyone up in Overwatch for this.
Fire shots.
Ah, but squad sight saves the day.
Seems almost like cheating.
If you say so.
It's time.
Alright, so obviously I've got 3 new guys on the field to deal with. 2 priests. But if I can get rid of the Chosen, then I think I can get rid of the rest of these guys.
Advent troops spotted.
The real question is what this priest does. Oh no, this is the one person I wanted active for the next round. But it does mean that nothing else can hurt me, so...
Let's try something else.
Okay, so I've got high ground against them, which is nice.
Not exactly subtle.
Oh, Kite, I'm so sorry, my friend.
It won't take much, Commander. An access code here, a set of coordinates there. Soon enough, I'll find you.
Okay, so we're gonna drop the combat protocol on the hunter right away. It'd be cool if I could do something like... Well, actually, hang on. So I can still do a combat protocol after reviving.
You're gonna be fine. What?
Okay, so we'll do the combat protocol on the hunter just to get them off the board. Next thing I need to do is get Kite out of the danger zone. It would be great if I could...
I guess I underestimated you, Commander. And here I thought the Elders were just exaggerating.
We showed the Chosen that the Resistance is here to stay, Commander. Now we just have to find that thing and put it down for good.
Legen wir endlich los.
This is a little bit of a cat and mouse game that's going on here because
Na los, zeigt euch.
I don't want to... Alright, well that's a pretty good shot. I don't want to rush too many people inside because in the end they're going to have to come up to me, especially some of those flame troops. But on the other hand, I do sort of want to try and take advantage of my position. Okay, this is good. Good flank.
I guess that'll be okay.
I also kind of want to keep everybody close because if I can get them all to the extraction area, that sucks.
It's still moving. Running dry on ammo.
Okay, so... I mean, if I was feeling really confident, I can get Kite to, like, use his shotgun on these. Ideally, I would take out the Purifier because he can drop fire on everyone, but... well, you know what? They're already all kind of bunched up, so the real worry that I have is actually the Purifier, so it's a really crappy chance, but... yeah. I'm gonna pay for that. So the problem with stasis is it keeps me from like running everyone out of the combat area. Okay, I got lucky there, so he wasted his turn.
I can give it a try.
Okay, apparently Kite's still disoriented, which is a shame. I'm gonna get Jess on... so she's gonna take care of Fire Bro. What we want to do first is actually deal with... I want to deal with these priests, so...
A righteous strike.
This is not going to do a lot for me right now. Oh, that really is not doing a lot for me right now. He was supposed to die to that. But it does sort of get my guys a little more distributed. The real target is this guy who's giving the Holy Warrior bonus. Unfortunately, Kite's not in range. Oh yeah, he's still dazed, so... so first best is if I can get him flanking Flame Bro. Unfortunately. See, the problem is if I use the blade on him, then I get hurt. Okay, let's see if Frantic Whisper can do anything. Not really. So can I get any flanks is the next question. I will take what I can get. Okay, So now we get to focus on... We either get to focus fire this guy, or we get to try and take out this priest. So, can't throw the frag. Ah, but I do get a flanking bonus, so let's go for that. Sorry!
Target neutralized.
I'm pretty sure my guy took damage on that.
Medizinischer Modus.
I probably should have moved him before I did that. I did not think that was going to be as effective as it was.
Okay, I'll go.
This doesn't do a whole lot, to be honest. There was a remote chance.
Target's still up.
I kind of want to see what he does.
Out around.
Okay, he's just going to run between these two. They really like you, Kite.
Yes, I am the...
Alright, so Kite's mind controlled. It's a minor inconvenience. Let's start off with a bang.
Throwing grenade.
So this is to destroy the cover. That did not successfully destroy the cover. In this case, I'm going to move Frantic Whisper closer before trying any funny business.
Good to go.
Now, the question is, can I get Jess in a position where she can damage this guy?
Und los geht's. Es bewegt sich noch.
We're not shooting Kite. Okay, so then I'm gonna move.
Still up.
I'm gonna move the Templar in to finish the job.
Suffer my rage. You will learn to fear us.
So this character I knew that I could move afterwards, which is why I felt safe doing that. And of course now we just need to run everybody into cover.
I comply.
So the drawback to this is that we're gonna have one character in the infirmary by the end of all of this, but
Heading home.
that's not a bad mission overall.
Endlich. Bin dann mal weg.
Yeah, this is the lesson about Kite, is that he enjoys fighting so much that it doesn't, if you run out of enemies for him to attack, he will turn on his
Good
teammates.
to go.
I don't know, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. What do you guys
Heading
think?
home.
And then I think we're going to do a round of shoutouts in the as we bask in the afterglow of that mission.
What's over there? Ready to boogie.
Excellent.
To victory.
I really did want to make sure that we were getting some gameplay in, otherwise I would have done character creation, but I did take notes for Sean Bean and German LMW to make sure that at the start of the next XCOM cast we're going to add them to the roster.
Just in time.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
I think we need a new location. I can't have the fence blocking everyone. It's a nice cityscape, though. Let's see if we can bunch everyone up. Yeah, that's more like it. I can't remember that guy's... I think it's Charlie Scott? Yeah, that's Charlie Scott. I have the perfect text. Obviously, we'll reframe it properly.
Advent officials revealed today's maneuver by local peacekeepers was a planned exercise. Citizens should not be alarmed. All weapon fire and wounds were simulated to better train Advent forces.
Alright, Frantic Whisper dealt the most damage, 55% shot percentage. Templar's in the way. Oh wow, like, basically Frantic Whisper did all the work. I feel like Kite was the MVP on that one, though.
At least we know these Chosen can be killed. Well, temporarily.
Alright, well-earned promotion, Kite. So, you've already studied the blade, so the question is, do I give you Shadow Strike or Shadowed Step? When you're concealed, you get a 25% bonus aim and 25% bonus to critical hit when attacking your enemies, and Shadow Step does not trigger... You know, I really do like Shadow Step, so I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. Arrgh! I will give you that when we are in the barracks. And we got Malarium Core and Repeater for our efforts.
Your efforts continue to bolster the resistance movement across the globe.
Alright, 75 intel, Dr. Ava Martinez, the scientist. Commander, you've done an exemplary job in seizing this opportunity to strike back at Advent in New Mexico, a move that will surely embolden resistance forces around the world. Please use this accompanying allotment of resources to further your advances. Supplies are used per... Yeah. Can we make contact? I know! Okay, so we're basically going to do a world tour of blowing up Advent facilities. So hopefully this means there's going to be a lot of combat this time around. But, guys, I want to take a minute and do some shoutouts for...
We've utilized all of our available communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our systems.
Vigilo Confido Commander, the people of West Africa stand ready to help XCOM however we can.
New regional contacts located.
Word of the Resistance is spreading, Commander, by making contact with the people of West Africa. The local resistance in Western Europe is now available for contact. Also for East Africa.
The local resistance operatives we just made contact with in this region warned us that one of the Chosen has been terrorizing the area for some time now. Here's the intel they've collected so far.
So, you would come to strike at me. I eagerly await your arrival, Commander.
Commander, the Resistance has informed us that one of the chosen, Gurmon Madron, has claimed control of nearby regions. If we go on missions in this area, there is a good chance that they will try to defend their territory. Alright, so, as always, we're going to do a paranoid save. And I said I was going to do some shoutouts. So, we've got a host. Sorry, we're on 38 or 39 now? 39. We have got a dear friend of the stream, Kite260, in here. As I was saying, Kite is an incredibly kind guy. He's somebody who's been amazingly supportive of a lot of broadcasters that I know. An incredibly selfless caster, and somebody who I am actually always incredibly impressed by.
Most of our new recruits have never worked in close quarters like the Avenger. Before the war, we might have had time for training, but now they're gonna have to pick things up on the fly.
I'm just gonna go to the menu here. Although it's nice to have music. So Kite is one of these people. I think the thing that I respect the most about him is his ability to do co-op broadcasts. And this, I mean, in one sense, this goes down to his ability to, it goes down to his ability to incorporate broadcasters in terms of his own streamers, but all in terms of his own streams. So he casts well with a really diverse group of personalities, where I tend to need to have some pretty specific people to co-cast with. But it also relates to his stream as well. He's really interactive with his audience. He's played Mario Kart with them. He's somebody who really has got that community idea down very well. And I'm really encouraged by the fact that he's trying out different platforms. So he's been messing around with Mixer. And there's a small story I want to tell you too. When I did that Cultist Simulator stream, so it's the largest audience that I've ever broadcast in front of. It was the first time that I've had more than 1,000 people watching me. And I think one of the things that really, one thing that really caught my attention was I didn't, like, so it's, I am very proud of that, and I'm really happy that I was given that opportunity. But it's not going to be like the thing that I introduce myself with, like, hi, I'm System Jock. Once upon a time, I streamed in front of over 1,000 people. Because it's not like the end of the world, right? But I did notice there is actually a group of people who, when they found that out, they took that very poorly. And it was sort of like, oh, well, that's only because it was on the developer's site. Or, oh, that's only because of Dota, you know. So that also sort of taught me. It's like, okay, let's not get that out too broadly. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is Kite's reaction. Because, like, I basically just straight up told him, I was like, yay, I got a chance to stream Cultist Simulator, and there were a lot of people watching. And his reaction was just pure, pure enthusiasm for the opportunity that I was given. And I think I've been very spoiled by knowing people like Kite, because he, I guess I kind of take it for granted sometimes that people are going to behave in a really enthusiastic way to that kind of news, rather than some of the things that I got from local people where it was kind of, well, he doesn't deserve that, what is he? So it's one of these things I want to give, credit where credit is due. Kite, again, he's really supportive of casts. He is a really talented caster in his own regard. He's made every community that he's been involved in better. There are communities where I really feel that they don't deserve him. He is just given so much. That's maybe a negative way of putting it, but I hope you know what I mean by that. Like, he is somebody who has made every stream that he's been involved in better. And I always think that I'm always really delighted when he's in, because I don't always get a chance to say that. And he is, he's somebody who really deserves those words. On top of that, we've got Johnny Big Time, who is easily my favorite caster on Twitch. And obviously I'm really stacking the deck against him by shouting out Kite in such glowing terms, but I am equally enthusiastic about Johnny Big Time. Johnny Big Time is one of the reasons why I'm streaming this right now, because one of the things that's very difficult for me is that I like feedback a lot, but I'm not very good with backseating, and I try not to get too invested. Like I always reflect that feedback, even if it's negative, is intended to make me better. But I do get really invested in what I do, and I need to make sure that I don't, like, I understand that following through on something like that will make my cast better overall. And Johnny has this really rare ability to be able to phrase things and to sort of understand the recipient of the feedback well enough that it feels like it is in, their interest. Like he's somebody who's been able to give me feedback, which isn't always necessarily like glowing reviews, in a way that, like, I feel like it's really up to me. Like I feel like I have been given the information that I need to get better, and it is up to me to, to act on that. And that is a very rare gift. And again, part of this is just because Johnny is so friendly. If you go on his channel, he has always got something clever to say. He's got an amazing camera presence and just a quick wit that puts me to absolute shame. But on top of that, like, he is somebody who, in addition to just being a born entertainer, and actually really good at games, he is more than that. Like, he's an incredibly friendly and personable guy in, behind the scenes. And again, both Johnny and Kite are two streamers that I'm always happy to see their channels grow. I'm always happy to see when they're meeting with success on Twitch. But one thing I will also say is that Johnny Big Time, in addition to being one of my favorite casters, has done probably my favorite XCOM broadcast on Twitch, and I am dying to watch him play XCOM Enemy Within and XCOM 2. But I know he's also got a ton of other stuff that's coming up, which I'm willing to wait for it. But these are two wonderful streamers I really encourage you to follow and check out. And just in time for more gameplay, we've got Octavian Zero with a very generous auto host. So thank you very much, Oct. I don't know if you're around, but always happy to have you.
The bond between these soldiers continues to grow. They can gain additional tactical strengths if they continue their training together. Commander, many of our soldiers can improve the strength of their bonds if we give them a place to train.
So, funny fact, both of these guys are video game writers.
Commander, many of our soldiers can improve the strength of their bonds if we give them a place to train.
The Eyes of Sin has just made my night. Thank you very much. You have reached your 1-year anniversary on this highly dubious broadcast. It is lovely to see you. I hope you are doing well. For those of you who don't know the Eyes of Sin, she is the one responsible for the emotes on this channel, and I am deeply grateful for all the work that she put into that. So how are you doing, Amanda? We've collected the resources from this location. The Resistance should provide us with additional supplies in a few weeks. Okay, so we'll ignore that for now. We've got 125. So sabotage in 1 day. The real question that I have at the moment is, do I want to do the Black Site mission right away? Machine learning. Research breakthroughs are twice as likely to occur. Okay, cool. Africa, rapid collection, resistance supply drops are collected instantly. I gotta get Africa. Okay. I'm super tempted to do the ambush and the Furies, but I think what we're gonna do... Well, I'll take 1 day. So in this case, let's do ambush so I can get the intel. And as soon as the sabotage mission is done, we're gonna do the Black Site mission. Yeah, I can't believe it either, Eyes of Sin.
Our actions have succeeded, and the Elders grow fearful.
Alright, so Johnny Big Time's gained some XP. He's also increased cohesion with Corporal Ramirez. So let's get a new covert action going. But in this case, we're going to make sure that it's people, some basically some low-level soldiers will be able to accomplish these. So what we can do, we can hunt the... These are actually not bad. Gather intel is also... So you need a Sergeant Plus. I think I'm actually going to throw... So who... I'm going to put El Canu on this, and we'll get Ariella to boost up. And get Kaylee Cakes to negate the risk. So this is not my... Oh, hang on. So gathering intel bonus will. Now, you know, we'll make progress on this. So I think I'm going to go with my original choice.
Understood, Commander. My followers will appreciate the support of your soldiers.
Okay. Training center is really tempting to build right now, but that will clean me out for supplies. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to go to engineering. I'm going to build as many vests as I can. So I'd love to do this one, but it costs me 100 supplies. 4 it is.
I probably could have saved a lot of time repairing the ship's systems if we had any idea how to translate their language.
I do, Johnny Big Time.
Unfortunately, we don't come across many linguists out here.
Okay, so... Black Site. Operation Witchwalk. Objective: investigate the Advent Black Site. This remote alien facility is heavily guarded by the Advent. We will need to investigate the site on behalf of the Resistance and report back immediately.
Setting course for Eastern United States.
Alright. We've definitely got the A-team as far as... Amanda may not need the nanoscale vest because she'll be further away. Alexis is a healer. Yeah, this does seem to be like the A-team. I think I might switch out... so Kite, I'm sorry to bench you, but I actually need people who are at... Basically, what I need to do right now is get people who don't have... So notice that you're a little tired. So in this case, I'm going to put Johnny in instead. Nope. You really want to go back in. Alexis will get the med kit. And we got the spark. Alright. This looks like an A-team if I'm curious. This is... Johnny Big Time is probably, other than my own character, Johnny Big Time is probably the most realistic portrayal of a human being that I have done in XCOM.
Ranger deployed.
We're in the pipe. 5x5.
I really love... Okay, so I actually bought the XCOM 2 soundtrack as soon as I heard this mission music. Like, even though I'm always really excited to play XCOM, I get, like... I don't know, I get about 10 times as amped for a mission hearing that music.
Our contacts in the local resistance have shown us how to access the Advent Black Site. The aliens worked hard to keep this place under the radar, and we don't know what we're gonna find in there. Keep your heads up. Expect heavy opposition.
Alright, investigate the Advent Black Site, recover any valuable information or items, and extract all XCOM soldiers.
Site is in your immediate vicinity. Infiltrate and investigate the area. Expect heavy resistance. Neutralize all hostile contacts.
So this is a really tough mission if memory serves. I'm hoping I don't lose people.
Position lost.
I'm also not sure how sneaking works with the spark, so... First thing we're going to do is get Eyes of Sin behind some heavy cover. That doesn't work, actually. The spark just wound up taking up that cover, so we'll get her
Roger that.
Here instead. Okay, Alexis... Again, I kind of want to move people as far front as I can. But Johnny is my ranger, so I do want him to take point. Oh man, I forgot. He's got a ridiculous range now, so...
On it.
Alright, we'll move... Oh, you know what? I should have kitted everyone out with, like, PCS and stuff like that. I'm going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage because of that, but nothing I can't handle.
On the move.
And as usual, I'm probably just going to wind up crowding Eyes of Sin's personal space. So, come here often. Okay, so I want to move A Nukem first just because he's in the way of the spark at the moment.
Confirmed.
It'd be wonderful to know what is up there, because I have a feeling there's probably going to be like a turret or something nasty. Or if nothing else, it would just be nice to know what's going on. So, but in this case, I'm gonna move him up.
On the move.
We should be able to get a peek at what's going on. All right, now Johnny again has got an absolutely ridiculous ability to move around. This might wind up triggering an alert. I'll probably reset if that happens, but...
Double time.
Alright. I just really wanted to know where the enemy was, so now I know... It's a stealth robot. Okay.
Rolling out.
So eventually there will be like a plan for setting up an ambush, but at the moment I'm just trying to get my guys as far ahead as I can to get to let the magic happen. One of the most important things to me right now is getting Amanda as close as possible to the roof. But I'm gonna get
Stepping off.
Alexis on a high ground attack as well. Amanda close to the roof.
Affirmative.
That's right, run away! Okay, so I'm gonna start with a double move for Amanda.
10-4.
This is mostly because snipers are at their best when they start the move, the turn fresh. They're able to sort of rain down death on everyone. I'm gonna move a Nukem up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure what's up here or what's to the right. Actually, in this case, I'm going to move a Nukem into this little hidey hole here. I'm a little tempted to move Johnny Big Time up like this too. Let's see what I can do with the rest of my squad. So the problem is if something comes behind us or down like this, a bunch of my squad gets caught.
Affirmative. Covering now. Headed there now.
Of course, the bonus is that I also don't have to worry about any.
Eyes on the prize.
I don't actually need to worry about any timers for this mission. So.
Already there.
This is a pretty aggressive move for Johnny, but I feel pretty confident that he's going to be able to handle himself. And we'll see where these guys go. Yep, that's exactly where I want them to move. So you guys are going to see a thing of beauty. Okay, so one Alexis Overwatch, one Isis in Long Watch, one A Nukem Overwatch. Johnny's gonna start this party.
Scanning.
I'm gonna keep the Spark in reserve. Oh no! I can't see the... Alright. There we go. Just need a little... Oh, shut up!
Squad position now exposed.
Alright, we'll see if this works. I think I can still do what I wanted, but...
By the numbers.
Alright, thanks, Kite. It's great to see you again.
What did you expect?
Alright, that wasn't... So what I was going to do was get Johnny to run in and just, like, wreck that sectoid right away. But that didn't turn out that way, so... And Johnny, you may remember that Krogan-looking thing. That's the new version of the Muton. Those guys that, like, showed up that one map and just totally wrecked you. Alright. I don't want to run Johnny too far ahead. As long as I can keep him behind heavy cover, I'll be happy. So I think we'll do one of these. I don't want him to outrun the whole squad and then find out that he's exposed. Just like that. Oh my god. This is gonna be tough.
So many have already fallen. And yet my work is never done.
We just picked up the Chosen Assassin's energy signature. She's moving on the squad's position, Commander.
Alright, I got my work cut out for me on this one. Ooh, an Overwatch. Okay, well, I know what I'm using Johnny for. What a badass!
The sword is not a weapon for such half-hearted attacks.
Servos engaged.
I kind of want to do overdrive, but all right. So the drawback here is I don't think. Oh, Isa Sin's gonna save the day. So she's gonna take out the mech, and that's because I don't worry that much about the priest.
That's right.
What a badass! Oh my god, and she gets another shot.
Covering now.
Alright, so what we're gonna do here, because I don't have immediate, like, I'm not immediately able to best reply to a lot of this stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and move people up and let them, oh, yeah, that's out in the open. I'm gonna move people up and then set them to Overwatch. So if they come to try and take Johnny, they have to go through like this wall of death.
Let's move already.
And then, like, for myself, I can use my little drone to take out these turrets.
I'm on it.
And Alexis, what am I gonna do with you? I can Overwatch with this, but I don't think it's very likely that he's gonna do much with that guy. So
10-4.
respectable damage, but not quite what I needed to seal the deal. Oh, but we'll be good. One of my guys are gonna run in and hurt him. Alex might blow away his writing buddy.
Possibly run, but I cannot find you.
Okay.
Movement request confirmed.
Oh crap. Okay, so I'm gonna get Johnny in place to
Will do.
grab the item.
Got your stuff here.
So what I want to worry about now is this this turret. So in this case, my specialist is best for removing that kind of stuff. And we will combat protocol. It's important to remember there's another one of these things here. So I want to be careful when I'm approaching the building, but kind of being behind heavy cover and just generally not making foolish moves is how I mitigate that. I also want to make sure Alexis is up on an Overwatch in case that priest tries anything funny. And I think I feel safe moving Amanda now. Again, I'd love to get a high ground shot on the priest, but I don't want her to kind of be left behind. So the robot can't take cover. You can actually turn the robot into cover in some contexts. So
I'm on it.
I think I'm going to do an Overwatch just in case, but you're kidding me. So everybody's got their guns trained on him, and he still gets a stasis on Johnny. Oh well. All right. Well, that sounds like a chosen coming in.
Proceeding to target.
So far, nothing horrible on the inside here. So we will. I love that disrespectful little shot in the back after he's dead.
Advent priest will surely anger my brother.
Alright, so I'm gonna move myself up a bit here.
Here I come.
That was the reason why. So there might still be turrets. I'm gonna basically blow my last combat. Oh, I can't see that, so.
Finally.
Oh my God, that's bad.
Forward and analyze your ill-begotten spoils. Ask yourself, Commander, do you truly want to know what awaits beyond that facility?
We've spotted the Chosen. Get ready to fight.
Of course, the music gets dramatic. Brittle, increased damage from close range attacks. Unfortunately, Johnny is currently occupied, so what's the way? I'm pretty sure I get a flank. Yep.
Not a problem.
There's a small chance I get an insta-kill on this character, by the way.
You'll have to do better than that.
Okay, so I can use the sniper rifle with low cover, or I can try and use a fancy... Okay, so what does the Deadeye give me? It's not enough for a fatality. If I fire the pistol, it's 3 to 4 damage versus 6 to 8. So you know what? I'm gonna risk it.
It will take more
Beautiful.
than superficial wounds to slow my advance.
All right. So can A Nukem get a? Yes, he can. So again, I want to make sure I'm not fodder for that turret. You had one job, Alex.
Missed the target.
Your mistake could prove costly. The elders will hear no excuses, accept no failure. Do not disappoint them.
Oh, she's going straight for me too.
You will join your compatriots soon enough. I must move.
Ah, it's gonna be such a pain to get.
Down. Get to him before the Chosen do.
Initiate reload.
Okay. So I gotta start with Operation Rescue Me.
Easy now, soldier.
Humans do share an admirable sense of loyalty, even in the face of certain death.
I'm so scared to try this. Oh, hang on. Alright, I got an idea. Oh my god, the Chosen's totally gone. I think I overcommitted there. I did it, Coach. Saw your stream on Steam. How am I going to play more Cultist Simulator? So I tried saying this on Steam, but I know it was a long cast. So the best place to see my Cultist Simulator content at the moment is YouTube, and that's because there's going to be a DLC that comes out for the game relatively soon. And I'm trying to keep a little fresh for that. I don't want to basically just, like, I did about 3 or 4 months of Cultist Simulator every week. So I don't have any immediate plans for it. That might change because a lot of people really did liked the Cultist Simulator stream. So the best I can say, there's no immediate plans. Very likely within the next month or so, whenever the new Teresa build comes out, which will be on weatherfactory.biz. They have their roadmap. But the fact that people are asking might change that. And usually when I make that kind of change, I'll announce it on Twitter. But it's definitely XCOM tonight, and most likely it'll be Mass Effect on Friday. But if you'd like to see some more Cultist Simulator content, the best thing that I could recommend would be to go to youtube.com/systemchalk, and there'll be about 3 or 4 months of Cultist Simulator there. So sorry to disappoint you on that. I do hope you stick around because I will be doing quite a bit of Cultist Simulator when the new patch comes out. But at the moment, I I'm basically just trying to keep the game from getting tedious, and I know that's such a problem because so many people were exposed to it for the first time on that stream. Okay, I think I'm going to set up the robot for the Overwatch. Johnny... Yeah, no problem. Obviously, feel free to hang out if a game does catch your fancy, but I totally get that XCOM is not. Actually, you may be interested. The designer of Cultist Simulator is in this game. This guy with the Guile haircut is the representation of Alexis Kennedy that we chose. Lottie is in the game as well. But yeah, if you want to hang out, we're happy to have you. But Cultist Simulator, I'll definitely announce on Twitter. And pretty much when the first DLC comes out or the next big patch comes out, you can be sure I'll be playing it.
Stepping off.
All right, so I'm gonna get Johnny on the cool kids side for a bit. Alexis, I want to heal me, although apparently I'm not in range, so that's a problem. You know what? It's not gonna hurt to do a quick reload.
Locked and loaded.
And Eyes of Sin also needs to reload, but I want to at least move her up a bit, so...
Ready to go.
Yeah, the Assassin is actually particularly vulnerable to your kind of attacks too, Johnny. So problem is they're probably going to show themselves by attacking. Yep. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna suck.
I am coming for you, Commander.
Johnny Big Time, ladies and gentlemen.
It is rare to find an opponent worthy of my skills. Rarer still to find one capable of besting me more than once.
We've proven the Chosen can be hurt. Now we just have to work on putting them down for good.
So many victims. Processed with such brutal efficiency. Test subjects for some sort of weapon, perhaps.
Looks more like a refinery to me, Doctor.
Once we get our hands on that sample, we'll know for sure.
Alright, let's do a quick save. God, that felt really good. I also got an achievement for that. So the achievement was Pile 'em Up, kill 500 aliens. Does not need to be the same game. Okay, we'll move Anukum into cover. Alright. So Amanda's going to be a tricky one, because ideally I'd like to put her up on the roof like this. But there's a turret here which will cause all sorts of misery. But she can shoot the turret. Can anybody else shoot the turret? Not really. So maybe it's better to just bypass it.
Go, go, go.
I'm gonna make the spark come in and like wreck everything, but I kind of need to make sure that I'm in a good spot. Okay, so apparently something can see me in this area. Oh, you know what? This thing's gonna shoot Johnny. We can't have that, so...
Let's move already.
So this unfortunately is gonna keep me from being able to do something nasty to the robot inside there, but I still have the Haywire protocol, so we should be able to make it work. And can Alexis heal me? He can.
Kremlin, medical detail.
My group's a little spread out, but we should be able to take out this this location. In fact, Amanda might be able to get a good sniping spot.
We've got Advent here.
Yeah, they've spotted me. Alright. Let's see if we can make this an unfair fight. So first thing I think I want to try and do... Okay, so I don't have the Haywire Protocol yet. But I do get it if I move up like this. So I'm putting my character in a bit of a risky spot at the moment. But the payoff is potentially pretty good. So 59% chance of temporary control, 100% chance to disable it, and I'm feeling lucky. I was not lucky. Alright, this thing's got to go down this turn.
Grab that bot. Can't get this one.
So I need a Nukem to rain death on this thing. What am I gonna do with Johnny? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Through the wall.
Not too shabby.
Alright. So, can Alexis do anything to the bot? Probably not without putting himself at risk, unfortunately. So what I'm going to get him to do instead is he's going to move up a bit.
Sure thing.
And then I'm going to give him... He's going to give a Nukem an extra move.
Together, we are strong.
So that was obviously a really costly haywire on my part, but the thing is that if I got control of that creature, we would be... I would have a very different reaction. I would be talking about what a genius I am. I have also gotten... basically, Amanda's got this free turn to get a high ground position to deal with these guys. So, last but not least, can we get the Spark to wreck some noobers? We can. And he's going to take the most showboaty way into the building possible. Sacre bleu!
Targeting sensor malfunction.
Oh, he's gonna... Oh no, we're good. Okay.
Heading out.
I kind of got to get a kill on my character so I can get a promotion. I should be able to get a flank. Oh, I'm just shy of a flank.
Finally.
Still gonna give it a shot.
Enemy is still up.
Alright. You know who knows... You know who knows how to handle these kinds of situations.
Well, how about that?
I really like his dialogue. Let's move the Spark closer in.
On approach.
You heard the doctor. Secure that canister.
So these guys are going to lose it, one action on this start, and it's good because I need that. These guys might use their tongue to rip Isa Sin off the edge. I'm super tempted to just drop a missile in the middle of this.
On the move.
Not quite far enough. Okay.
Affirmative. Covering now. Absolutely.
And unfortunately, Sin can't seem to see these guys, so I'll set them up on a long watch and see what happens.
Hostile units engaging this position.
Spark will be angry. So it was a right idea to destroy the cover. Unfortunately, it just didn't mean that much in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so got somebody out in the open. Okay, so I have some ideas about how to handle this. I'm gonna drop Isa Sin into the middle of the firefight. Oh, that would have been beautiful if she just ran in and took the thing out with a pistol. It was not to be, though.
I'm on it.
There will be no cover in this land.
Catch.
I'm happy I didn't destroy an artifact out of that. Alright, now this thing's gonna blow up, so I want to be careful. But I also want to give Johnny a kill, so...
You know that was good.
I suspect that Muton's really gonna like that wide open Johnny big time, so I probably should plan... plan a response to that. Yeah, I was way too busy thinking about how to make everything look super cool that I abandoned all tactical sense. This is going to be a problem.
Solid copy. Not a problem.
Overwatch.
Scanning.
All the cool kids do Overwatch. Alright. Here's how I'm going to handle this. Move the spark up. We will overdrive. And we will hope to God that this works. Survey says it's good. Sorry, Johnny. Oh wait, that was poison. That wasn't the explosion. Alexis has got your back. All right. So as always, we'll keep people behind cover, but.
Healer mode.
I figured, Johnny, you've been through so much. You get the honor of picking up the evil vial of God knows what's inside that.
I'm going. What am I doing with this?
Oh, what do you know?
The cavalry's here. That's not water in there. Shen, any readings?
No signs of radioactivity, no significant energy signatures of any kind. Whatever it is, it's safe to handle.
We've confirmed acquisition of the sample. Move to rendezvous at the extraction point.
Alright. I feel like I should get you behind cover. Just a hunch. I don't want to be too strict about it, but
Whatever you say.
okay, so we definitely want the spark to be ready to fight.
Reload.
If I can get them on high ground, so much the better. Ooh, this will be a good opportunity. Okay, so the aim is going to be, one, to try and get a welcoming party for these guys down below here.
Let's do this.
Normally I like invading Sin's personal space, but in this case, Johnny, I will make an exception.
Moving to Overwatch.
Speaking of Sin, let's get her... Still want her behind cover. Well, I kind of like her under the covers, but...
Stepping off.
I think at this point trying to get the crew close together for the extraction point and then able to reply to whatever the nasty guys bring out is...
Heading out. On Overwatch.
I don't think we'll have too many Overwatch shots on these guys, but we'll see. If it's a purifier, this is going to be a problem, but...
I've got eyes on Advent troops. Target neutralized.
Alright, would you guys like to see a small video of what the next action's going to be? I'm going to show you what this looks like in real life. Show you. Hello? Alright. Sorry for the delay. But if you guys are curious what this looks like in real life,
yeah.
that was Johnny Big Time that you saw, both in game and in life. Alright. Obviously we got a great high ground shot on this guy, so we're just gonna open up. That'll also rip apart their armor, so basically we're able to...
Tired of waiting around.
We're able to do whatever we want to this thing now.
How many is that now?
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the opportunity. I don't want to put everybody like out in the open, but we're gonna take the opportunity to run as close to the extraction point as we can. Take Amanda. I'm actually gonna move Amanda off to the side just on the chance that there's something nasty waiting for us out in the open. A Nukem. I'm gonna do the I do want to reload just in case I do have a fight to get to the extraction point, but I think we're good. Alright, more buddies.
Advent reinforcements inbound.
So the trick here is going to be, because I can't get the entire squad in one go, I'm going to move the spark up as far as I can, and I'm basically going to get everybody in a blue move closer to it and then overwatch. Because I want to be able to extract next turn. Alright, so in this case, oh, that's a bummer. So I can't overwatch, unfortunately, but...
Let's do this.
And again, it's not a big deal that everybody's out in the open, because they won't be able to fire from their landing point. I do want to make sure that everybody's able to extract at the end of the round, though.
Scanning.
I could have used the teamwork, actually, and
On your order.
Amanda could have given me another move, but it's too late now.
Scanning. Seems doable. Got it covered.
Oh, if we overwatch this purifier, we might take some damage.
Advent forces sighted.
Welcome.
That's how it's done.
How about that?
Cover the flank.
Watch the flanks, they're moving!
That was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, I really want to kill this guy. You know what? Screw it.
No problem, boss. Hit the armor. Target eliminated.
That was such a wasteful way to do the turn, but...
Iron coming home.
Moving out. Let's go. Sure thing. I'm gone.
On my way. Ready to boogie.
On the move. Getting out of here.
Sorry, Johnny, you're on your own now. You can walk home, right?
Already there. I'm gone.
Avenger.
We'll take an Uber.
Package is secure. All XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
Mission accomplished, Commander. We just hit Advent where it hurts.
This was a place no living human being was ever intended to see. Happy as I am to see it gone, something tells me the aliens won't take this lying down.
Alright, Darher Tessura, Shadow Witch. I'd hoped we'd meet on this. This is how I hoped we'd meet, on the field of battle. The only thing I'm changing about that is Johnny is currently being covered by Eyes of Sin's gun, so... Oop.
I hope you're ready to be famous.
Even now, our enemy lurks in the shadows, plotting to destroy all we have built, to return us to the chaos of the old world. Only together can we oppose them. United in the Elders' love for us, we shall prevail, no matter the cost.
This just goes to show that the Chosen are vulnerable and we can take them down. We just have to figure out how to keep them down.
Alright, Johnny's getting some promotions. You can run and gun, take an action after dashing, or conceal. Immediately enter concealment once permission. I think I'm gonna go run and gun with you. Alexis. Covering fire Overwatch shots can now be triggered by an enemy action, not just movement or threat assessment. Aid protocol now grants the target covering fire Overwatch shot, but the aid protocol cooldown is increased by 1 turn. I mean, threat assessment does seem pretty cool. I think I'm gonna do that. I can become Guardian. Every successful Overwatch shot, there's a 50% chance that another shot is taken, or ever vigilant. If you spend all your actions on moves, you are granted an automatic Overwatch. Oh my god, yes. Eyes of Sin, Kill Zone. Take a reaction shot against any enemy that moves or attacks within a cone of fire, or face off, fire once at every visible enemy with her pistol. I think I'm going to try Kill Zone, but both of those sound really cool. Alright, sounds good, Johnny. Let me know when you get back, because that might decide what mission we go on. And the Spark. So Spark can be a Bulwark, grant a bonus point of armor, and always provide high cover to all adjacent squad mates. And when Overdrive is active, standard shots do not incur recoil penalties. Man, both of those are really good. I think we're going to go for Bulwark on this guy, which means I should get that improved armor as soon as possible.
Now that we've recovered the apparent product of the Black Site facility, I imagine it will take considerable time and resources to uncover the true purpose of this substance. I will begin preparations for a complete analysis immediately, Commander.
Research unlocked. Advent datapad decryption. Oh.